Welcome back, folks. Let's replay Discworld. And when last we left off, we need to go and see the Arch-Chancellor right away. It sounded pretty urgent after all. But fortunately for us, Rincewind and I both know that this game is event-driven, so we can actually spend as much time as we like looking at things, talking to people, and dilly-dallying, and we'll still arrive at the Arch-Chancellor's office precisely when the plot of the game intends us to. Likely quite late, but fortunately the Arch-Chancellor isn't going to turn us into a frog. Yet. One thing to note is that the Arch-Chancellor is just referred to as the Arch-Chancellor. There isn't a name associated with that character. The same with the Lecturer in Recent Runes, and the Dean, and the Bursa. For quite a lot of the books, those titles are held by different wizards, and those wizards tend not to get too much development. It was only later in the series that certain titles were held for an extended period by certain characters who then got names. With that stated, let us now go and talk to the Dean.
Yet another bearded old wizard.
To be fair, you have a beard, Rincewind. Your beard, though, isn't quite as long. Or white. Let's say hi.
So look, as an aged wizard, as someone who's climbed to the very depths, is there any advice you feel you might like to pass on? A few words of guidance, perhaps to one who hopes to follow in your pointy footsteps?
Ah, yes. Well, young fellow wallpaper, well, I'd say that of all lessons in life, always learn to expect the unexpected.
But if I expect it, then it isn't unexpected.
Eh?
Well, by definition, it can't be unexpected if it actually is expected.
Quite right, my boy. Well spotted. In which case, my advice to you is to always expect the expected. Is that clear?
I expect so.
Maybe that was kind of not clear and yet clear and confusing. But then, this is Unseen University. It's kind of a given.
So, your faculty heads, the giants of wizardry, this is it? This is as good as life gets?
Contemplating promotion?
No, I'm contemplating a change of career.
The food seems to be pretty good. Or at least plentiful.
Listen, one thing I've always meant to ask, these dresses we wear, are they strictly necessary?
Eh?
The robes, lad, are symbolic of our dedication. You see, this is not so much a calling, a profession, as a condition of mind. By wearing long robes, we imply a somnambulistic state, an attitude in which we walk dreamily through this world with our minds occupied by higher things.
Higher? Like, say, as high as this hat?
Well, the hat, too. Its height implies loftiness of thoughts.
Or it might imply that we should have let our mothers keep on dressing us.
What's more, it keeps young whippersnappers like you from running off.
Eh?
Would you want to walk the streets looking like a refugee from a somewhat suspicious pencil factory?
Point taken.
A suspicious pencil factory? Do such things exist?
Is this all you do all day? Just sit and make a public nuisance of yourself?
I'm reserving my powers.
What powers?
Well, for a start, I can read your mind.
Really? What you see?
Not much. You must have the big print version.
Oh!
Well, excuse me, I think there's someone calling me.
You can't look at the tapestries. That's a shame. Let's now talk to the Bursa.
A bearded old wizard.
Much like all the others. Hello. Ooh, we can't actually ask you a question.
So, you're the bursa. What does a bursa do exactly?
Well, it's a very important job. Accounts, expenditure, occasional bouts of irrationality, the assessment of grants.
Well, it sounds a bit, boring, doesn't it?
That's the job's main attraction, my surgical sock. These tenures are for life. So, since wizards are naturally extremely long-lived, that means the only way to get promoted is to assassinate your superiors. They've been popping off like mayflies around here for some seasons. Sometimes we've got, wait for it, more wazards than wizards.
They're in no danger from me. I never really thought about promotion.
Wazards, you see? Ha-ha! Oh well, my post is safe though. Who wants to claw their way up to the top only to become an accountant in a silly hat? Mark my words, folding trouser press. Survival is all a matter of identifying your proper niche. Preferably a niche well removed from anything anyone else finds desirable.
Well, it's certainly a strategy, and that does explain what I said at the beginning of the video, whereby people's positions change drastically. And permanently.
So you're the,
The bursa.
Oh, thank heavens. I'd hate to have forgotten the name of someone useful.
I don't actually know if the bursa's actually useful for anything in the game. I really don't think the bursa is.
Look, you're the bursa, aren't you?
That's right. I do the finances, books and things, and I'm quite totally insane, you know. Any calculations you need, I'm your giant frog.
But that's just accounting. Surely to hold a major position in a wizard's university, you must be able to perform magic. After all, that's what the place is all about.
Magic is all very well, young sink disposal unit, but mathematics is the more powerful art.
Oh, come on.
You don't believe me? Very well, Mr. So-called scented furniture polish. Care to watch while I make your grant disappear?
I think we should go.
Right, well, don't be a stranger. Cheers.
You're going to be a stranger. Also, we kind of want that staff.
Long, wooden, clearly quite magical. Here, it's got a knob on the end.
I wonder if we can take that. Let's just see if we can do that now. The answer is not presently.
Would you believe he gets a full tenure for this?
Really?
I have absolutely no desire to talk to that person at this time.
Keyword at this time. And here's a gong.
You know, I've always wanted to ring one of these.
We may very well do so at some point.
That doesn't work.
But we can't right now. Now, maybe if we are quick, we could switch this while you're eating food. I don't think that's gonna happen, though. Not right now. I think we may need to switch it with something. Windlepoons is very old, even by wizard standards, as I said, and in the sequel, part of the plot revolves around Windlepoons. But I don't think we have what we need for that yet, so let's just have a conversation instead. Hello.
Hey? A girl? What's a girl doing in here?
I'm not a girl.
Why are you wearing a dress?
It's a wizard's robe, not a dress.
I knew a girl's dress once. Splendid lass. Very good at pickling. Yes, very good at pickling eels, she was.
Now notice there that the dialogue that was spoken wasn't entirely in sync with the subtitles. That happens sometimes.
Well, I once knew a girl too, of course.
Of course. Oh, why are you of course? Young fellow like you ought to be out and about, exploring a world of adventure. Wine, women, and pickles.
Look, I am out and about.
Well, you can't be too good at it if you're already off course, young air freshener.
Look, no one's off course. I just used the phrase as a pleasantry, a manner of address.
Also, Windlepoons has a bit of a hearing problem.
Pickling? Oh, how fascinating.
Pickled? Who's pickled?
No one's pickled. You started it. I don't even like pickles.
What? Oh, they were wonderful pickles. How dare you cast aspersions on damn, I've lost it. What were we talking about again?
Pickles?
What's pickled? What? What do you mean?
Well, the eels were pickled, weren't they?
What? Pickled elves? Damn their ears. I told them to lock that liquor cupboard. Go on, boy, get after them.
No, pickles, not pickled.
Pickles? Oh, try the kitchen. Get out. Stop wasting my time.
He also likes pickles. I'm sure you've noticed by now.
So, what happened?
Nothing. Nothing happened. That's just the point. And now young twerps like you think they can come in here, ravish our women and steal all our pickles.
Steal? Now do I look like a thief?
My stick. They all want my magic stick. So be off with you dastardly overcleaner.
No, look. I don't want your wretched stick.
So it's the pickles you're after then, is it? You devilish young trouser. Well, I'm onto you, you know. I'm onto you young bookcase.
Now look, this is not the problem that I wanted to address.
No, it's not.
Look, I just want to find somebody who can talk a little sense.
Sense? Perfumes? Oh, I'll not have it. No, sir, I won't. Dallying with womenfolk on the premises is against the rules. Otherwise, we'd all be doing it. You young bathrobe, I have you defrocked for this.
Look, I haven't done a thing, honestly.
What? Well, how can you be a man of the world if you never sample the finer things in life? Women, wizard staves, pickles.
Well, if I go and do that, you said you'd defrock me.
It won't do. It just won't do. Young tweezers like you coming in here and taking off their frocks, I won't stand for it. I will. This city is getting into a fine old pickle.
Oh, please don't get started on the pickles again.
Pickles? Well, don't eat pickles if you're wearing a dress. You'll stain the hem. Why are you wearing a dress?
Oh, I'm grinning. I'm grinning because the dialogue in this game is so brilliant. Also, you may have noticed that not only is Windlepoons very old and mostly deaf, his mind is not all there, unfortunately.
This seems like a good cue to cease this whole silly conversation.
I agree. Let's go. Let us go. Out we go. Little arrow here pointing us helpfully out. And we should probably now go and talk to the Arch-Chancellor. This seems like a very good time to do so. Hello.
Ah, if it isn't young Breakwind.
Rincewind, sir.
Rincewind, quite. Come in. We need to talk. That is, I need to talk, and you listen.
All right.
No doubt you've been hearing all sorts of rumors about this dragon that supposedly is terrorizing the town.
Dragon, as in the classic fire-breathing, city-toasting...
Shut up! Yes, pretty much. Scaly, vein, like shiny objects, that species of kidney. And what we need to do is to ensure that the unseen university is properly represented in the attempt to dispose of it. If some yokel simply slays the wretched thing without our help, the people will begin to ask just what wizards are for.
Actually, sir, what are wizards for?
Wizards are firmly behind big dinners. And if you want to keep on eating yours, you'll go and see about this dragon.
Surely, sir, dragons don't logically exist.
Shut up! Dragons exist if you believe in them. And the average man in the street does believe in them. Or at least believes in them enough to give us big rewards if they think we've gotten rid of the thing. Do you follow me?
Not really.
Shut up! Not interested in excuses. Too much sloppy thinking around here. Run down to the library and fetch me a copy of Featherwinkle's concise compendium of dragons' lairs. Once we've read that, we'll know how to track the scaly blighter down. You still here? Standing around like something unhygienic? Do it now!
I'm gonna look at things first.
Golden thingamies. It must be good to be the Arch-Chancellor.
One day, I'd like to have some golden thingamies. Unfortunately, we don't have such things.
Ooh, sparklies.
Sparklies too! Like sparkly things. Who doesn't?
Now, with a desk like that, a man can really defer some serious questions.
Indeed. The only other things we can look at? More curtains?
Ooh, sparklies.
Even more curtains?
Ooh, sparklies.
And the Arch-Chancellor.
As far as leaders go, the only reason I'd follow him into battle is out of curiosity.
That's not a good reason to follow someone into battle, Rincewind.
You still here? Standing around like something unhygienic? Run down to the library and fetch me a copy of Featherwinkle's concise compendium of dragons' lairs. Once we've read that, we'll know how to track the scaly blighter down. Do it now!
And off we go. We can't do anything else really until we have got that, so let's finally go to the library. We go back to this place quite a few times in the game. There is a huge amount of freedom to explore and talk to people, and as you get into different acts of the game, dialogue can change, so it's a good idea to go back and talk to people, because people who weren't relevant can become relevant, and people who were relevant before can become relevant again. And here we are in the library. Don't mind all the zappy magic lightning.
Sex Magic, the book of the 32 unspeakable acts, with a compendium containing several speakable ones, and 6 more that everyone involved would rather forget about. No wonder it's on ice.
Yes, it's on ice and it looks like the ice is melting. Quite quickly.
That doesn't work.
We also can't take it.
Ah. Let's not press this curiosity thing too far then, shall we?
Let's not.
Ah.
Actually, let's. If you want to skip dialogue, you can just click. We're gonna talk to you later. Right now, we need to, have a look around. There's a book there. That seems quite important.
Ye illustrious tome of levitation. Oh yes, that's levitating, all right.
That it is.
That doesn't work.
We also can't get it.
Oh dear, there's little pamphlets living in it.
Oh, those pesky pamphlets, they get everywhere, they do. Also, there's a sleazy guy here. I'm sure that isn't anything we need to worry about. Actually, this is. Just not right now.
Yes, I think perhaps our best move would be to keep slightly upwind of this one. Well, that and keep out of arm's reach.
We're going to be talking to you.
Hey, buddy,
Who, me?
have you ever thought about the advantages of owning land on the Fremenwanger Peninsula?
Isn't that all underwater?
That's just its advantage, friend. Think of it. A seaside retreat where the sea can actually be the one total dominating element of the view.
You know what? I don't think I will, but I'm probably going to regret this. I will talk to you.
Gosh, yes. Let me take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime offer.
What, really?
Nah, only kidding. I just want it to be as pleasant as possible as a sort of aid to conversation.
Oh, but that's cruel. It's building up my hopes only to dash me down. You know, being a confidence trickster is a hard job.
Well, perhaps you need a holiday.
Right, but where to? Where to? Not a lot of peace at resorts these days.
I hear the Fremenwanger Peninsula is fairly quiet.
Oh, turning it back round.
Why don't your lips sync with your words?
L space. The library is a nexus of L space. Within these shelves, all possible pasts and futures can be found. Frankly, it's making me feel a bit ill.
L space. I'm sure that's not going to have any significance in the plot later. No, none at all. Zero. Zilch. Did I persuade them? I think I may have persuaded them.
What's that under your coat?
Hourglasses. Care to buy an hourglass?
Where did you get all of those?
Fell off the back of a donkey cart, sir.
Did they now?
You are an extremely silly man.
Hey, I'm not the one wearing a dress.
And we are done.
Right, well, don't be a stranger. Cheers.
I think right now ooh, ropes. Distractions.
Reminds me of my old auntie's bedroom.
Let's move on from that and look at this desk and the librarian. This is why this room smells of fruit.
Must come in handy, stacked with all the latest monkey accessories.
You shouldn't have said that.
Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
Let's now look at the librarian.
Actually, on close examination, this would seem to be some sort of subtropical arboreal ape.
A magical accident in the library turned the librarian into an orangutan. He has since resisted all efforts to turn him back, much preferring the handy long arms, the prehensile toes, and the right to scratch himself in public.
As far as I know about the world of Discworld, Rincewind and Librarian end up being quite good friends. They're certainly friends in Discworld too. Hello! Ooh, we can actually talk about L-Space. We should totally do that soon.
Hello? Ooh, Egat. You're not in charge here, are you? Oh, I see. Well, that explains the filing system. Look, I don't know if you're quite the person that I want to see. Ooh, yeah, well, it's hard to explain, really. Yeah, ook, eek, ook.
Yee!
Well, this is wonderful. I never knew I could speak monkey.
Oops. Don't say that.
Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
When did we hit a lot of times before this conversation's over?
Hi. Do you mind if I monkey about in the library for a while?
Really? You literally just said it, Rincewind.
Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
Ah, well.
May I take a book from the library, please? Excuse me? I see. I need something in order to take out a book. Toothpaste? Fingers? Gloves? Something in your hand? A dentist? Halitosis? You want some mouthwash? That's it. You want some mouthwash. I'm sorry, but I'm already spoken for. Oh! A library card! Why didn't you say so in the first place? What happens if I just barge in without giving you a library card? Yes. Now look, unfortunately, I don't have one ape. Ape upon my person. Yes, upon my person. Phew. I didn't say monkey.
Oops.
Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
One thing to note is that the librarian's ability to hit you on the head for saying that word extends far beyond the university.
Hey, whose monkey is this?
Well done.
Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
Now let's ask about L-Space.
Hey there, old mollusk. What can you tell me about L-Space? Yeah. Yeah, I see, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, I see. So what you're saying is that L-Space is a means of time travel available only to librarians, which is essentially too complex a subject to convey with hand gestures and grunts. Yes, I thought so. But look, if I did have to go into L-Space, say, to go back to another time, you could help me?
L-space is the distortion of space caused by big collections of books. Just picture some of those old second-hand bookshops, which look like they were designed by Isha on a bad day. They invariably have more staircases than stories, and rows of shelves that end in little doors, which are surely too small for humans to enter. This distortion of space has a similar inevitable effect on time.
Thanks for explaining it. And finally, let's ask about the book.
Excuse me, my dear sir. Could you get me a tome called Featherwinkle's Concise Compendium of Dragon's Lairs? I see. Yes. Yes, I suppose so. Mm-hmm. Quite. Look, is there someone else here that I can speak to? Well, you know, someone who isn't a monkey.
Oops.
Did you get the number of that donkey cot? No, I'll come back and get a book later. Yes, I've given up. No, not gibbon, monkey. Ape! Oh, damn! Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
I'm grinning again.
This seems like a good cue to cease this whole silly conversation.
And folks, when we come back, we're gonna go and get that book. We need that book. Fortunately, we have the item we need to get that book. We just haven't given it to the right person yet. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.